Ajit Pai, chairman of the FCC, wants to get rid of net neutrality. Although this would be devastating for Americans, the bigger problem is that 74% of people don't know what it is. Currently, the federal government treats the internet like your gas and water. Companies can't choose who gets it and who doesn't, can't limit the flow of how you get these natural resources, and can't charge you more for the same quality that your neighbor gets. This means that everyone in a certain area gets the same speed internet for roughly the same price. You can pay more for faster speeds, but companies can't slow you down when you go to a site they don't agree with. Under President Obama, regulations were changed so the internet was treated this way, as a public utility. In January of 2017, President Trump promoted Ajit Pai, a former associate counsel for Verizon Communications, to the chairman of the FCC. Pai was originally appointed to the FCC by President Obama in May of 2012. Pai believes that net neutrality hurts job creation. Just 4 months after taking over the FCC, Pai announced plans for a sweeping plan to roll back government regulation over internet providers, saying it's basic economics. The more heavily you regulate something, the less of it you're likely to get. Plans revealed in November would allow high-speed internet providers to charge higher fees to access certain websites and services online. Now, let's talk specifically about those internet service providers. You've probably heard of a lot of them, like Comcast, Verizon, Time Warner, and AT&T. These companies have an average customer satisfaction rating of 63% according to the American Consumer Satisfaction Index. Part of this low rating system may stem from the fact that it's oftentimes cheaper for customers to buy bundles of its services rather than it is to buy just one. For example, having to purchase cable TV, internet, and a landline phone when you only want internet because it's cheaper. Additionally, it's oftentimes hard to switch internet providers because the companies generally don't operate in the same areas. This is why mergers are usually approved. According to Comcast, which announced plans in February of 2014 to merge with Time Warner Cable, the two companies do not currently serve customers in the same zip code in America. The most powerful competitors this industry faces are companies like Netflix and Hulu, who let customers pick and choose what they want when they want for a lower price point. If the internet isn't regulated as a public utility, internet service providers will be able to charge more for access to certain sites and more money in general for the more internet you use. So, let's say you're a gamer. Downloading a modern game is around 30 gigabytes. Then you need to purchase updates, patches, and then downloadable content. This changes a 27 gigabyte game into a 54 gigabyte game in the case of Star Wars Battlefront from 2015. Not to mention, playing with other people around the world, that takes data too. On a personal level, let me say that as a science editor, I spend hours online researching videos like the one you're watching right now. I look for photos from outer space, coral deep under the ocean, weather maps that show how hurricanes are moving and why. I need that data, and I need it fast to tell you the stories that I do. Without net neutrality, I couldn't be who I am, and you wouldn't be learning about a lot of things, including net neutrality. Bottom line, the internet is the world's biggest library. Limiting it to those who can pay for it makes us all suffer. Most cable companies have pledged not to charge premiums for different sites, but the industry's trade group sued the Obama administration in March of 2016 when stricter net neutrality rules were imposed. The world will be watching what happens in Washington this week. In Portugal, which doesn't have net neutrality, companies are already starting to split the net into packages, according to a California congressman. Germany and the Netherlands are battling challenges to net neutrality as well. Once seen as a country that sets good standards for access, the United States may change how we think about the information highway. Is the internet for all, or just a privileged few? The FCC will vote about the fate of net neutrality on December 14th. With this perspective, I'm science editor Ian Mason from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln for Global Student Square.